Hey, how's it going? I am at Wasing Park, the home of Endure 24 Reading. There's another one in Leeds, but we're down here, and I'm with Graham Johnson, Marketing Manager, UK. What was your actual description
UK
there?
Marketing Manager
Don,
for Mizuno.
the chief honcho,
Yeah.
the main man
top
from
dog.
Mizuno. But I'm here with Mizuno and Graham in particular because they very kindly sent me a pair of their wonderful trail shoes, which I used at the weekend. I used up in the Lake District, and I've never worn trail shoes before. And everyone said before I went up there last year, you've got to wear proper shoes, you've got to wear proper shoes. And I wore my regular Mizunos, and it was okay, it wasn't too bad, but putting these on was a night and day difference. And so what I want to do is I want to ask Graham a few questions about the sort of the technical differences between trail shoes and road shoes. And he's got the range, some of the other shoes in the range as well, to kind of explain that, because this is a new thing for me. I've always run on the road, did a bit of trail stuff. Endure, I've always run in my regular Mizunos as well. So this is going to be an educational and enlightening interview. So Graham, first of all, tell me, the shoes I got on there, what are these ones called?
That's called the Wave Daichi.
Okay.
That is our most popular trail shoe. Very versatile, very comfortable. So you get almost a road feel from it, from the cushioning and the fit of it, but you get all the benefits of the trail technology as well.
Yeah, and that's the interesting thing, because I think when I first put them on, I was expecting it to feel very different. It was a little heavier, it felt, but I was expecting it to feel like a completely different, like putting on a pair of dress shoes, for example, would be very different. I don't really know what I was expecting, but I didn't expect it to feel quite so similar.
Yeah.
So what are the things that make a trail shoe, and make these ones so special?
First and foremost, I think we probably have to look at the outsole, and you'll notice from that there's a very aggressive grip. Now obviously a lot of trail is run on surfaces that are difficult to grip on, that are uneven, you have protruding roots, stones, twigs. So what you need is something that's going to protect you first and foremost from any of that affecting the sole of your feet, but also you need a really, really good grip so you're not slipping. That's quite simple. They're the basics of a trail shoe. With our shoes, I don't know if you could get a little close in on that logo there. You'll see we have a partnership with Michelin, who are a world-renowned tyre making company, rubber company. And the grips on all of our trail shoes, when you look at them, are all based on the lugs of mountain bike tyres. And the reason for that is, George,
Yep.
is when you're going through your gate and you're running and you're twisting and turning, these lugs react and spring clear all of the dirt and the debris and the mud. So that means you're not going to be running after a short amount of time with a load of dirt stuck in between the lugs of your grip. So very important that your grip remains grippy at all times.
That's something I really noticed with just regular shoes, that they just get clumpy and heavy running through mud. I didn't really have too much of a problem with that, I think, up in the mountains the weekend, but maybe that was because they were dispersing and getting rid of the mud. It was quite rocky, and one of the problems I found with one of the challenges I found, certainly with doing Endure, the 2 times I've done 100 miles, I've got to 60 miles, and the biggest problem has been how painful my feet are.
Right.
And it's just hurt because every stone feels like it's being jabbed up. I know you said something about there's a special plate or something within the shoe that helps to prevent that.
Absolutely right, and it's called a rock plate, and you'll see this in a lot of specialty trail shoes. A rock plate is the name maybe gives away what it's for. So yeah, there's a protective layer in the midsole there. So for exactly that, sharp objects, stones, wood chippings, anything that could potentially start after miles and miles wearing you down and actually providing you with another hurdle on top of the hurdle that is running in the first place. This is all about protection and security. That's really what trail shoes are about.
Yeah, and we did about 20 miles or so on Monday, and some huge ascents and descents, but just the force with which you're putting your foot down on those descents onto the rocks, and it just felt like, it just didn't feel anything like what I'd experienced before.
That's good.
I also noticed it just felt more stable as well. That was the other thing, because running, you're not just running in one plane, so there's a lot more sort of different positions that your foot goes down. Is that it's sort of less twisty? Is that another design thing, or is that?
There's a little less torque. It
Yeah.
torques naturally because
Yeah.
let's face it, you could be running on a camber, you could be running downhill, anything where there's a bump or a lump. You want your shoe to be able to move quite naturally with the movement of your foot. But they're a little less flexible than a road shoe for that exact reason. But what I think you probably experienced, George, and what I said to you before you did the run was, all of these things are really important, but one of the most important things that the trail shoe gives you is confidence.
Yeah.
To put your foot where others fear to tread, that are in a road shoe.
It really
for
was
want
like
of a
that,
better-
yeah.
So if you're going downhill and it's uneven and it's wet, it's pretty hairy. You know, you discovered on Saturday, and you've done this event before, so you know there's a really aggressive woodland downhill section here. and you see people tippy-toeing down, scared of running. And of course, actually, what they're doing, they're holding themselves back.
Yeah.
And that, not only are you running slower, but actually that's harder. That's
Yeah,
where you get
yeah,
all the forces
big
through
time.
your quads and
Yeah,
your thighs.
yeah.
This will actually allow you to run much more naturally because of the grip and the support and the stability of the shoe.
I think actually that's going to take me a little while to get used to that, because I found myself even on Monday and Tuesday when we were doing the running, that it was still I was still a little bit cautious, and I thought I'm just going to take the brakes off a little bit more, and that's exactly how it felt. Like I had the brakes on, but I just released them a little bit, and I just found myself falling down the mountain but balanced.
Superb.
And actually feeling that confidence was there, but I wasn't quite as brave or courageous as perhaps I could have afforded to be, because
Yeah, right, absolutely.
the confidence that the shoe gives you. What about the other ones in the range, and what's the differences between the other shoes?
Yeah, the shoe you're running in, George, the Wave Daichi, is the very versatile, neutral, super comfortable, great for all surfaces,
I like the
very
pink, actually.
adaptable trail shoe. If, however, you're a bit of a speed merchant and you're not doing a solo here of 100 laps and you want to knock out a few really, really quick laps, we have a racing version. So much the same as we do in road range, we have a trail range that adapts for different people. So this is a very fast, a lot lighter, a lot lower profile, more flexible, and just really you don't want to be doing lots and lots and lots of miles in this. But if you're going out for a really quick trail run, beat a PB, knock out some quick laps, absolutely.
So what's the disadvantage to it then? If they're the pros, what are the cons to it? So don't do too many miles in it.
Less cushioning.
Oh, so it's just not quite as comfortable as the one I'm in.
And I think that's the same in the road running world, and most
Yeah.
of your members will know that they'll get a very, very cushioned shoe. They're very comfortable. Feels like a floating sensation when you run. But obviously when they put on a racing shoe, a lot lower, a lot firmer, and obviously after a while you start to feel that a little bit. So absolutely use it for your racing. Not something you'd really want to train in to avoid potential injury. You want to step up to something with a bit more cushioning.
Cool. Okay. What else have we got?
We have, this will be our top of the range trail shoe. This is called the Mujin. This really is designed for extreme trail running. So if you're going to go into an area that's got really difficult surfaces, very, very muddy, very uneven, lots of protruding elements that might cause you pain, and you want maximum stability, this is the shoe for you. So this
Serious shoe.
yeah, the serious shoe. So where that would differ to the others, you're kind of going up in levels. Quite a lot heavier, quite a lot less flexible, and it has a rock plate all the way through. So you've got it's a maximum protection super training shoe, that one.
Right. Okay. Cool. And
at the end of the
moving
line,
on.
this is a fantastic shoe. I think this is called the Ibuki. This is our, I'd say, entry level shoe, but a lot of good runners use it. So this is really used for recreational runners, people that don't really need all of this technology. So want to pay a little bit less money, but still want a really reliable, grippy, comfortable trail shoe. So you see a lot of people doing park run in this kind of shoe. You see a lot of people doing long walks, long hikes, proper big hikes. You might go up Snowdon or where you were at the Frog, and you might just want to walk it rather than run it.
Yeah.
Incredibly good for that, and at a slightly reduced price point. You know, these are very technical, a little bit more money, but these are perfect for that.
yeah.
And I should probably point out as well that both of these models come with a Gore-Tex lining as well. So for those, you know, today isn't a great day, it's raining a little bit, and you want your feet to stay a little bit drier, a little bit warmer, you could buy it for a bit more money with a Gore-Tex lining.
The lining's like inside, underneath the upper.
Absolutely, coats inside the upper.
Yeah.
So really, if you actually go and buy a Gore-Tex version of this or this, you're getting two fantastic partnerships, because you're getting Michelin, one of the best tyre makers in the world, and Gore-Tex, one of the best fabric makers in the world. So two really excellent partners to have within our trail range.
And Graham, as the marketing manager, do you come up with the names? Who comes up with the names for these things? Because they're cool names, but what do they mean?
We're a Japanese brand, and the names are derived in Japan. So I'm not sure how.
Got nothing to do with that. There's no English translation for them.
But they're reasonable. But I mean, Daichi is quite clearly a Japanese word. Ibuki is quite clearly a Japanese word. Hayate. But we do have English names for a lot of our shoes. But all of these, for some reason, have still got.
Well, that's
Japanese
your challenge. I
names.
want you to find out what the translations are.
Yeah, I mean, Hayate means very, very fast. Ibuki means very, very heavy.
I think you're making it up now.
Try and make it up.
Well, look, that's been super interesting, and like I said, I've already given these ones a trial run, and I'm looking forward to coming back to Endure in a few weeks' time and seeing what they can do over the 5-mile loop, and seeing how many laps I can get in as part of a team, which is going to be a different experience for me this year.
That's great.
So
well, George, seeing as we've given you those shoes, there's a minimum
10
lap
tariff.
10
Right,
lap
okay.
commitment, yeah.
Right, okay. It's a deal. Cheers, Graham. Thanks a million.
Thank you.